The Grand Hall of the Galactic Council was a place where no one ever raised their voice. It was massive, shaped like a circle, with a glowing floor and tall silver pillars reaching up into the misty ceiling. Leaders from hundreds of alien species sat in their seats, their eyes fixed on the giant screen that showed one small blue planet. Earth, everyone in the hall felt the same. Fear for months. The Council had watched humans grow stronger. They saw humanity create new technology that advanced far faster than any other species in the galaxy. They watched humans solve problems that had taken alien civilizations thousands of years to understand. And worst of all, they saw humans do it with confidence, chaos, and strange humor that no alien could understand. Today, the Council came to a final decision. A tall, thin alien known as High Speaker Voral stepped forward. His skin flickered like blue fire as he spoke to the entire chamber. "Members of the Council," he said, "humanity has become too unpredictable, too dangerous, too human." A wave of whispers filled the hall. Voral raised a metallic hand. They advance too fast. They laugh at danger. They ignore warnings. If we wait any longer, they may surpass us all. We must act. The screen behind him zoomed in on Earth. Cities full of light. Spaceports growing every month. Human ships leaving the atmosphere with engines no one could explain. "We cannot allow this," Voral said. "I call for a vote. Should the galaxy declare war on humanity?" One by one, glowing symbols appeared above the heads of council members. Green meant yes. Red meant no. Green, green. Green. Thousands of lights flashed across the chamber. Only a handful were red. The result was clear. The galaxy, Voral announced, declares war. A deep alarm rang through the hall. A universal message was recorded and prepared. The aliens believed humans would panic once they heard it. They expected fear. They expected begging. They expected Earth to realize how small it really was. The message was sent across the stars. It took only seconds to reach every human communication network. The hall fell silent. Every alien waited for Earth's reaction. Then, they heard something strange: laughter. Human laughter. First from one news station, then another. Then from cities, military bases, and even the United Earth Government building. Millions of humans watched the message of war and laughed. High Speaker Voral stared at the audio feed, confused and offended. Why are they laughing? Are they mocking us? Other alien leaders leaned closer to their screens, unsettled. This must be a mistake. No species laughs at a declaration of war. But it was no mistake. Humans everywhere were laughing openly. Some were even making jokes about it. Others shrugged like it was nothing. The aliens looked at each other in fear. What do the humans know that we don't? One commander whispered. The laughter from Earth only grew louder. And for the first time, the galaxy felt a cold shiver. It realized that humanity was not afraid, not even a little. The Galactic Council expected Earth to panic. They expected humans to scream, hide, or send desperate messages begging for peace. But none of that happened. Instead, Earth acted like nothing important had happened at all. And that scared the aliens more than any weapon ever could. On the first morning after the declaration of war, alien listening posts detected something unusual. Humans were going to work. Children were going to school. Markets were open. Traffic moved like always. A few military bases increased security. But even the soldiers there looked relaxed. Spies sent by the Council blended into human communities, trying to observe the truth up close. What they found made even less sense at a cafe in New York. One spy watched a man sip his coffee while reading the headline, "Galaxy declares war on humanity." The man simply nodded and said, "Well, that's annoying." Before flipping the page to check the weather, another spy sat in a crowded train in Tokyo where commuters chatted calmly. Many joked about alien attacks, using silly drawings or memes on their phones. One person even laughed so hard she had tears in her eyes. What is wrong with them? The spy whispered to himself. Are they mad? The council gathered again, desperate for answers. They reviewed every report, every image, every sound. Nothing showed fear. Nothing showed panic. Counselor Greltos, a short alien with 4 glowing eyes, slammed his claws on the table. Humans should not be this calm. They're either extremely foolish or extremely confident, another counselor added. Perhaps they do not understand the danger, but that theory fell apart. When they heard a human general speaking at a press briefing, he stood behind a podium with dozens of reporters in front of him. We received the Galactic Council's message, he said. We would like to assure the public that there is no need for concern. A reporter shouted, General, the galaxy declared war on us. Shouldn't we be worried? The general smiled. If the galaxy wants war, he said, they should be the ones worried. That one sentence sent waves of fear through every alien intelligence agency. If a human general spoke like that in public, what were they hiding in private? To investigate further, the Council ordered long-range scans of Earth's defenses. That only created more confusion. Human ships looked simple on the outside, but scans showed strange energy readings inside patterns the aliens had never seen before. Are these power sources? An analyst asked. Or weapons? Another guessed. No one knew. The unknown frightened them more than any confirmed threat. Meanwhile, back on Earth, human scientists met behind closed doors. Their conversation was calm and lighthearted. We knew this would happen eventually, one scientist said. The galaxy finally noticed us. Another replied, they still think we're using our public technology. They have no idea what our real capabilities are. They all laughed quietly, across the planet. Humanity acted like a species watching a joke unfold, one only they understood. And from the far side of the galaxy, the alien races watched all of this with growing dread, because it was now clear. Humanity was not laughing out of ignorance. They were laughing because they were ready. Ready for whatever came next. Ready for war if the galaxy truly wanted one the Galactic Council could no longer sit and watch. Humanity's calm reaction made the aliens feel trapped, like prey staring at a quiet predator. After many long arguments, debates, and fearful predictions, the Council agreed on a warning strike. It would not destroy Earth only, scare humans enough to force them into negotiation at least. That was the plan. The Council assembled one of the largest fleets ever seen. Hundreds of ships with armor made of star-forged metal. Ships powered by plasma cores. Ships armed with weapons capable of slicing asteroids in half. The fleet stretched across the darkness like a wall of silver teeth. The alien commanders believed the show of force would finally break. Humanity's strange confidence. Inside the lead ship, Commander Sarek stood before a hologram of Earth. His wings twitched nervously. We will enter Earth orbit, he ordered. No destruction. Only one warning shot. His officers nodded, though their voices trembled. Even they feared the species below. Moments later, the fleet reached Earth's orbit. It was the first time so many alien ships had entered a single system. Alarms rang across human satellites, but no one on Earth panicked. Instead, people walked outside to watch the sky, taking photos and videos as if it were an interesting sunset. Commander Syrinx could hardly believe it. There, waving at us? Why are they waving? On Earth, a group of children stood on a beach pointing up. Their teacher laughed. Wave to the aliens, everyone. They came a long way. Syrinx felt insulted. Prepare the warning shot. The lead ship fired a bright beam of energy into the empty space above the Pacific Ocean. It created a massive explosion, purely visual. No damage, just a demonstration. The shockwave flashed like a second sun. The entire galaxy watched. Humans continued watching too. They did not scream. They did not run. They simply stared. Impressed, then something even stranger happened. A single human ship rose from Earth, drifting upward with slow, casual movements. Its design was simple, too simple. No sharp wings. No heavy engines. Nothing threatening. Syrinx smirked. That is their answer. One tiny ship. His sensors scanned the human craft. The reading confused everyone. That ship. It has no visible weapons, an officer said. No heavy shields. No heat signatures. It looks unarmed. Syrinx laughed in relief. They are bluffing. But then one of the smaller alien vessels tried to approach for inspection. It fired a small plasma warning shot near the human. Ship, what happened next froze the entire fleet. The human ship did not dodge. The human ship did not raise shields. The plasma bolt struck it directly and simply vanished, absorbed without a trace. No explosion. No damage. No heat drop. Nothing. The bridge of Syrinx's ship fell silent. The bridge of Syrinx's ship fell silent. That, the officer whispered, should be impossible. The human ship remained perfectly still, glowing faintly with an energy no alien could identify. Then, it sent a simple message to every ship in the fleet. Why did you shoot first? The voice was calm, almost bored. Syrinx felt fear crawl across his back, because in that moment, every alien realized the same thing. Humanity had not even begun to fight. The alien fleet remained in frozen silence. No one dared move. No one dared fire. The human ship floated calmly in front of them, glowing with a soft white light that made it look almost harmless, like a lantern drifting in the dark. But everyone on the alien side felt the same strange chill. This ship was not harmless. Commander Syrinx struggled to catch his breath. "Open a channel," he ordered. "We must speak with them." A moment later, the human ship accepted the connection. A hologram flickered to life on the alien bridge, showing a human diplomat, an older woman with calm eyes and a gentle smile. She wore no armor, no uniform, just a simple suit. "Greetings, Council Fleet," she said kindly. Her kindness only made the aliens more nervous. Syrinx bowed stiffly. You absorbed our plasma shot." "How?" The diplomat tilted her head. "Plasma. Oh, that little spark." She shrugged lightly. "We let the ship's skin soak it up. Children's science projects use stronger stuff." The alien officers stared in horror. This had to be a joke. But her face showed no mockery, only honesty. Syrinx swallowed hard. "Why are you not afraid? The galaxy declared war on your species." The diplomat smiled again, gentle but dangerous. "We laughed because we expected this. You were frightened. And frightened people make bold decisions." She walked closer to the holographic projector, her presence somehow growing stronger. "For decades," she continued, "humanity has kept its true technology hidden. We did not want to scare you. We wanted peace." An officer stepped forward. "Hidden? Hidden how?" The diplomat raised her hand, and the glowing ship outside shifted. Its simple shell peeled away like paper, revealing something entirely different underneath smooth metal that bent light, floating panels. Glowing lines of energy running like veins. The aliens gasped. "That is no ship," one officer whispered. "That is alive." The diplomat nodded. "Partially. It's a hybrid of human engineering and adaptive quantum matter. We created it to study peaceful exploration. It is not a warship. Syrinx felt dizzy. Not a warship, but it absorbed a plasma bolt. "Oh," she said softly, "a real warship would have returned it to you." The temperature on the alien bridge seemed to drop. No one spoke. No one moved. The diplomat continued in her calm voice. Humanity did not want conflict. We worked hard to grow quietly. We wanted the galaxy to trust us. But when you declared war, you forced us to show the truth. Syrinx's claws shook. What truth? A simple answer came. Humanity passed your level of technology centuries ago. Silence spread like ice. Your fleets, she added, cannot hurt us. Your weapons cannot touch us. Your scanners cannot measure us. The alien officers felt trapped, powerless. Then her tone softened once more. But we do not wish to destroy you. We only wish for understanding. Behind her, more human ships appeared slipping out of invisibility like phantoms. Some were massive, others small, all glowing with strange energies the aliens had never seen. They weren't threatening. They simply stood there. Watching? A quiet whisper spread through the alien crew. "They were never laughing at us," one officer said. "They were laughing because they knew we could not win." Syrinx closed his eyes in fear. Humanity had finally revealed the truth, and the galaxy was completely outmatched. The alien fleet hung in space like insects caught in a webin, able to move, unable to understand the quiet power in front of them. Every alien officer felt the same fear, a deep and unfamiliar kind. They had prepared for war, but they had not prepared for this. On the human side, the diplomat watched their panic with calm eyes. "We do not want to harm you," she repeated gently. "But you must understand the difference between your strength and ours." Commander Syrinx tried to steady himself. His voice cracked. "If you do not wish to fight, then why show us this overwhelming power?" The diplomat smiled softly. "Because sometimes, to stop a war, you must show the truth." She raised her hand. Instantly, the stars around the alien fleet shimmered. Small lights flickered into existence, tiny drones, thousands of them, forming a quiet ring around every alien ship. They did not aim weapons. They did not threaten. They simply watched. "What are those?" An alien officer whispered, trembling. "Observers," the diplomat replied. "They carry no weapons. They only monitor danger." She paused. "If they detect an attack, they shut the attacker down. Shut down." The alien crew didn't understand the meaning until a sudden alarm rang through the flagship. "Commander," an officer shouted, "our engines offline." Syrinx spun around. "What? Restart them." "We can't. The controls aren't responding." Another officer cried out, "Shields down. Weapons unresponsive." Panic spread like fire. The diplomat stayed calm. "Your systems are not damaged. They are simply locked. We paused them so no one gets hurt." Syrinx stared at the hologram of the human woman as if she were a god wearing a pleasant smile. "You paused." "An entire fleet." "Oh yes." "Very easily," she answered, "around the alien vessels." The human drones hummed softly, synchronizing with one another in patterns the aliens could barely track. Several alien ships tried to power up backup systems only to find those locked as well. "How are you doing this?" One officer cried. The diplomat walked across her ship's bridge, her hologram following her movements as she spoke. "Your systems operate on electromagnetic and plasma-based interfaces," she said. "Our technology works several layers above that. What you call a weapon system, our ships recognize as simple code." Then, to prove her words, every alien ship received a message on their screens. "No harm intended." "Please remain calm." Syrinx felt his throat tighten. "You?" You control our entire fleet." The diplomat nodded. "For now, only temporarily. We want to avoid casualties." Her voice softened again, but something sharper lay beneath it. "Understand this. Humanity does not seek domination. But we will not be bullied, threatened, or hunted." Outside, the human ships slowly rotated, forming a careful formation, protective, symmetrical, almost artistic. They were not preparing for an attack. They were demonstrating coordination beyond anything the aliens had imagined possible. Then the diplomat said the words that shook the galaxy's military pride to its core. "We disabled your fleet without firing a single shot. Now we will show you how to end the war without hurting anyone." A quiet hum echoed through space. One by one, alien ships regained control of their engines. Then their shields, their weapons. Everything came back online, but with one difference. A small human symbol appeared on every alien display. "Peace lock, active attack, impossible. You are free to move," the diplomat said. "But you cannot attack. Not unless we remove the lock. And we will remove it only when the galaxy chooses peace." Sirik stared at the hologram, his fear melting into awe. Humanity had just won the war. By refusing to fight it, the moment the peace lock activated across the alien fleet, the entire galaxy felt its heart drop. Every warship, every dreadnought, every fighter craft stopped. Not destroyed, not damaged, simply blocked from harming anything. It was like a gentle hand had pressed against the galaxy's chest, whispering, "Enough." Commander Sirik stared at the glowing human symbol on his screen, his wings trembling. This is impossible," he whispered. Yet it was happening, across the Galactic Council's territory. Other fleets received the same peaceful lock. Ships patrolling far-off borders found their weapons frozen. Defense stations discovered their cannons disabled. Everywhere. Alien military leaders sent the same nervous message. Humanity has stopped our weapons without touching our worlds. Panic spread through the council chamber. Representatives shouted over one another. They control the entire galaxy. We cannot fight back. They will enslave us. We must negotiate now. But when someone suggested launching ground armies instead of space fleets, the room fell silent. They all remembered the human ships that had appeared, shimmering like ghosts, undetectable until they chose to be seen. If humanity could shut down fleets, what could they do to soldiers? High Speaker Voral, who had once spoken proudly of war, now felt his legs shaking. "Bring humanity to the council. We must talk. We must fix this before we are all destroyed. He council prepared a secure communication link, one that had no weapon systems. No traps, nothing that could be seen as hostile. Seconds later, the human diplomat appeared in the center of the chamber as a calm hologram. No armor. No threats. Just quiet power. Voral bowed so deeply his forehead nearly touched the floor. We apologize," he said, voice trembling. "We acted out of fear." The diplomat nodded gently. "Fear is natural. War is not." Counselor Greltos raised a shaking claw. "We believed your species was too dangerous, too unpredictable." "You were partly right," she said calmly. "Humans adapt quickly. We push boundaries. It can look frightening." She paused. "But we do not seek to rule the galaxy. We seek to grow with it." Oral's voice cracked. "Will you punish us?" The diplomat shook her head. "No, humanity does not punish fear. We understand it." This shocked the entire council. No threats. No victory speeches. No demands, just understanding. The diplomat continued. "But let this be clear. You declared war first. And we ended it without firing a shot. We did this not to prove dominance, but to prevent death." Her image softened, almost warm. Humanity will remove the peace lock. Slowly, carefully, but only once every species agrees to peaceful cooperation. The council members looked around nervously, but one by one, they nodded. Some cried. Some bowed. Some felt relief heavy enough to collapse into their seats, for the first time in its long history. The Galactic Council surrendered not because they were conquered, but because they were forgiven. Cyrix felt tears form in his eyes. "Thank you," he whispered to the diplomat. "Thank you for mercy." The hologram flickered. "There was never going to be destruction," the diplomat said. "Only understanding." Her final words echoed through the chamber. "Humanity laughs at danger. Yes, but we never laugh at peace." And with that, she vanished, leaving the entire galaxy speechless. Long after the peace lock faded and the alien fleets regained full control of their systems, the galaxy remained quiet. No wars, no threats, no angry messages. Only silence, heavy silence filled with confusion. And a strange new respect. Alien species everywhere gathered around their screens, replaying the moment humanity first received the war declaration, and laughed. Why? Why laugh at danger? Why laugh at an entire galaxy preparing for conflict? Inside the Galactic Council chamber, representatives sat in a circle, still trying to understand the strange behavior. Some believed humans were reckless. Others thought humans were hiding deeper weapons. But none of them knew the real answer. Not yet. To uncover the truth, the Council invited humanity to speak once more. This time, they did not request a diplomat. They asked for a historian, a human who understood the long path of Earth's struggle, and humanity agreed. The new hologram that appeared was a middle-aged man with calm eyes, holding a small digital book. His voice was gentle, almost soft. Yet every alien leaned forward as he spoke. "You want to understand why we laughed?" he said. "The answer is simple, but not easy." He opened the book. Inside were images from human history: wars, storms, wildfires, crumbling cities, rising cities, plagues, recoveries, humans standing up again and again for thousands of years. The historian said humans lived in danger. We faced monsters we did not understand. We fought storms we couldn't predict. We battled each other. We nearly destroyed ourselves more than once. The aliens listened in silence. "But we survived," he continued. "Every time, we survived. And every time, we rebuilt." He showed pictures of humans laughing, even in dark times, soldiers joking in muddy trenches, families smiling after disasters, workers singing in destroyed cities. This is what makes humans different. We learn to laugh even when things look hopeless. Laughter gives us strength. It keeps us moving. It reminds us that fear cannot control us. The council chamber grew quiet and thoughtful. The historian closed the book gently. "So when your message reached us, we recognized something familiar." "Familiar?" Voral asked. "You mean war?" "No," the historian said calmly. "We recognized fear." He pointed at the council members. "You declared war because you were afraid of us. And fear, to us, is not a reason to panic. It is a reason to stay calm. A reason to keep our spirits high. A reason to laugh." The aliens looked at one another. For the first time, they saw their actions through human eyes, not as aggression, but as fear calling out for understanding. The historian smiled softly. "Humanity did not laugh to mock you. We laughed because we knew that fear doesn't have to lead to destruction. We laughed because your fear reminded us of our own past, and we have learned to overcome fear, not by attacking, but by breathing, thinking, growing." He paused, letting the words settle. "Laughter is how we say, we've survived worse, and we'll survive this too." The chamber felt warmer now. Softer, then the historian added one final truth, quiet but powerful. Humanity laughs in the face of danger. Not because we are fearless, but because we refuse to let fear win. The council members bowed not out of fear, but out of respect. And in that moment, the galaxy finally understood humanity. Not a threat, not a monster, not a rising conqueror, but a species that had learned to stand tall through pain, chaos, and impossible odds, armed with courage, compassion, and the strange, powerful ability to laugh even at the stars. The galaxy declared war on humanity. Humanity responded with laughter. And that laughter changed everything. Changed everything.